Hi everyone, welcome to the Historical Sampler YouTube channel. Today we're making something extra special, a festive, flat finished Christmas ornament with pom-pom trim and a ribbon hanger. This is a perfect way to showcase your cross-stitch designs and add a handmade touch to your holiday decorations. Let's get started. All materials we have used are listed in the description below this video. First, measure your stitched design to determine the size of your ornament. Add about a 1/4 inch margin around the design for a neat border and note down these dimensions. You will need them a little later for cutting the backing board. Then add another 3/4 inch on all sides to give you enough margin for gluing or lacing your project onto the backing board, and you can cut the excess fabric. If your back turns out too bulky during lacing or gluing, you can always cut the fabric down a bit more, but when you cut your fabric too short to begin with, there is not much you can do to fix it, speaking from experience. Measure twice, cut once, as they say. Now, cut 2 identical pieces of mount board, one for your stitched piece and one for the backing fabric. The dimensions of the cut are the ones you have noted down in the beginning. I'm just using an old rotary cutter for cutting in this step. Next, let's add some padding to the backing boards for a softer plush look of the ornament. Take a small piece of batting or felt, spray some fabric glue on one side of your board, or just use a dot of any glue you have, and stick it to the batting. Trim around the edges neatly. Depending on your preference, you may want to repeat this step a couple of times to add a few layers of the batting. Repeat for the second piece of the backing board. Now it's time to attach your stitched design. You can either lace the fabric to the back using a strong polyester thread, or use double-sided tape for a quicker option, which is what I'm going for. I'm using a Stitchery tape, which is acid-free and holds the fabric really well over time. Cut pieces of the tape and glue the opposite sides of the excess fabric first, while checking often that your design is still centered. I use these small wonder clips to help me with the design being centered at all times. Once this is done, I put the double-sided tape on the remaining sides of the backing board and run it almost the full length of the board. This means that the tape will cover the fabric we've just glued down as well. When gluing these sides, try to push the corners in ever so slightly so that they are just a millimeter or two away from the edge. That will keep the folds from being visible on the sides of your ornament. Remember to continually check the front to ensure the design looks smooth and centered and that there are no visible creases. Adjust as needed throughout. For the backing fabric, cut it to the same size as your stitched panel. This will form the back of your ornament. I have used a slightly different technique here to show you a different way of attaching the fabric to backing board. It's using the principles of mitered corners in sewing. I am starting with attaching the corners first. I'm using a hot glue gun just to show you a different gluing medium. Attaching the corners first allows me to center the piece well and keep it in place while I attach the remaining fabric. Then just glue down the excess fabric on all sides. The mitered corners are always a little bit open on the edges. That's why I am using just a normal stitching thread to sew them together to create a cleaner, smoother look. I am using a simple ladder stitch, going from the top of the corner, working my way towards the center of the backing board. This pulls the loose corner fabric together and creates a lovely polished look. To start this thread, I'm simply using knots as well as knotting the thread to finish it. And now for the fun part, adding the trim and ribbon hanger. I always take a little time to go through a couple of different options to see which trim I like the best. Rickracs, pom-poms, baker's twine and chenille yarn all work extremely well for finishing. Now it's time to glue the trim. I like to attach the trim to the front piece. Start by cutting a very clean edge cut in between two pom-poms. This will make for a cleaner joining of the pom-pom trim at the end. I have decided to use the glue gun to attach the trim, but you can also use Eileen's tacky glue, which is acid-free and dries clear, and some people prefer to hand sew the trim to the edges. Go all the way around the edge, working in small sections. When you get to the end, check where the trim meets the start of the trim and make a cut that will not overlap and will also not have a gap. Then I like to put just a little bit of glue on the cut edge and glue the last piece down. You can see that the beginning and the end of the trim are almost invisible from the front. Then cut a piece of ribbon to use as the hanger. It should go all the way to the center of the backing board to have a sufficient area to glue down and make the top as long or as short as you like it. Center it well on the backing board of the front piece with a generous dab of glue. To assemble the ornament, sandwich the stitched panel and the backing panel together with the ribbon hanger tucked neatly between them. Use double-sided tape or glue to secure the two panels. I have used Eileen's tacky glue for this step because it dries very strong and will keep the piece together for a long time to come. Press firmly along the edges to ensure everything holds together. For a polished look, you can optionally sew the edges together with invisible thread, stitching just inside the pom-poms. This step is optional but gives your ornament a professional finish and ensures it stays intact for years to come. If you are not sewing the edges together, I would recommend weighing the ornament down underneath a couple of heavy books for a few hours. I usually leave it overnight to help the glue set well and press the boards together for a seamless finish. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your creations with us on Instagram or in our Facebook group. We'd love to see your festive finishes. Thank you so much for joining us today, and happy stitching. Wishing you a very merry and crafty holiday season.